While visiting the schools that Aboriginal children attended in the 1800s and 1900s, I learned a lot about their education and how different it was from ours currently right now. They didn't have nearly as much as we had, such as like computers and stuff, and they were basically raised by their authorities, which weren't their parents, but in fact it was their teachers. Since they lived on reserves, they never really saw their parents, which like I find really difficult because if like I could never imagine not being away from my parents for such a long period of time. And it was hard for them because they're like younger children too, so they weren't even able to grow up with their parents around or raising them, which must have made them feel like really homesick. And like aside from this, like their schools weren't even sanitary. Like they had mold and sewage fumes around their schools. And they like lived with that and they accepted it. Whereas nowadays, like we get upset over like the smallest things wrong in our schools, and we could have it like so much worse, right? As well, like at their schools, they weren't treated properly. Some were physically and sexually abused by teachers, which really affected them. Like even until today, like many of them haven't healed completely, and like thinking about their childhood causes them to become really emotional. Lastly, their identities were taken away from them, like as they went to these schools. They were changed from their like traditional selves into like normal students. And like their parents were basically brainwashed into believing that by sending their children to these schools, it would cause them to have like a positive future, whereas like it affected them negatively. Um, so I basically learned that I shouldn't really be taking advantage of what I have because I could have it so much worse. I could have like lived in their surroundings compared to how easy I have it right now. So thank you for watching.